Hi there. Hey, everyone.
Hi.
Hi, how's it going? Good
Good.
afternoon. All right. Getting everyone in. While I'm doing that, everyone head over to the chat and give me a hello. I don't know about you guys, but I'm freezing today. Just turned on the house heater and I had noticed that I had been shivering for the last couple hours. It's like, okay, there's a time and place for the heater. Okay. So, hi everyone. Thanks for signing in. Hey guys. We've had a whole bunch of issues this week with students being dropped and being added again because of not having their vaccination records. So hopefully most of you guys have been reinstated. There's two more people who are still trying to get in. But yeah. And at this point, the February 22nd date for coming back to class is still the one they're using. I don't know, of course, if it'll change or not. But until then, we have another month or so of meeting this way. So here we go. All right, so that's most of the people who popped in. Missing a few more people. So hi, welcome back to Comp 101. Let's see. Today we had a couple of things that, well, are due still today because you have until the end of the day. There's a couple of you guys who haven't submitted everything. So if you have questions about things that are due tonight, please hold your questions on that. We're going to go ahead and work on everything. Looking forward to the future. So to say whatever's due next week. Sorry, the web camera is kind of falling over. Fix that. There you go. You guys can see my face, not my head. All right. So if you have questions about assignments that are due tonight by midnight, stay around, and then after I'm done with everything it has to do with what this week's class and this week's lecture and next week's assignments, then I can help you to make sure you get everything in by the end of the day. Okay. Let me see. Okay, so I'm going to ask you if you have completed your account, put in your access code into your Cengage account, because the grace period is done. So if you have not put anything in there, then any work you're doing in there or that you did, at this point, all you did is the quiz and the SAM, but that all is going to disappear. I think they hold it in there until you put in your account, but you can't continue working on it. So we're not going to work on it on submitting assignments this week, but you do need to be able to do trainings and an exam. So has anyone had any problems with getting their access code set up? Is everyone here? Give me a yes if your access code has been entered and you are totally, completely okay with Cengage. Give me a no if you're still don't have your access code set up. Okay, so a couple of you guys said no. There's an exam due on next Tuesday, okay? And you can't do the training or the exam because they're on Cengage. So can I know what's the hang up? What's the problem? Have you not been able to get the material? Cynthia, what's up?
Yeah, I already ordered my textbook. I'm just waiting for it to get here.
Okay, so then that's not the issue. Hold on, my headset got disconnected. All right, and do you have a deadline, a time by when, or did they tell you?
I haven't checked, but it should be here any day now. I think it should definitely be here before next week, Tuesday. So
So, but you got it through the school?
yeah,
Okay, because otherwise you can go pick it up in person. And
Yeah.
they should have it immediately. Okay, because as I said, you have to do the trainings for the exam, and then the exam is due on Tuesday night. So you, if you check in on whatever date it'll be delivered and it's near Tuesday, it'll be too late. So you still, you right now you won't have access to anything anymore until you put that code in. Okay. Cassandra and Anthony, what's your situation with the textbook and with the code?
I just need to pick up the book from the college as well.
Just to go pick it up? Okay, and if you bought the bundle, you'll be fine. And Cassandra?
Same.
Same, okay.
And I'm also like waiting to be also like invited into Canvas again.
Yeah, they were missing your K number, and although I had put in the request yesterday, I sent the K number in today. So you should
Okay.
be in any minute.
Okay.
That said, the Cengage account time is still running on that one, okay?
Okay.
So, okay, and then those of you who did buy the bundle, you also got the textbook, but did anyone get just Cengage Unlimited and still needs to get to rent the textbook? Like, if you're missing the textbook, that one's not so urgent. We don't need the textbook for 2 more weeks, but we will need it in 2 weeks. So those of you who bought only the Cengage Unlimited and not the Cengage Unlimited and not the bundle, then make sure to go to Cengage and rent the textbook. And it just takes 2 to 3 days to get to you. It's not a big deal. But get going on that one, okay? For now, all that matters is the account so that you can complete your exam by Tuesday. All right. Here's the thing. I'm gonna share my screen. And if you guys have any issues with your account, those students, any of you guys who have any issues with your account that you have not, if you purchased it and when you enter the code, it doesn't work, which could be happening to a few of you guys. This session, everything has gone well. Other sessions, we have people with problems. No one has reported any problems yet. But if you are having problems, please report to me that the account isn't working. And then this is the schedule, the Cengage Zoom from 12 to 2 every day of the week, where you can connect to have them help you with your account. That's only if you're having issues with your account, okay? So, Armando, hi. I had just asked about whether people have their Cengage account set up. Armando, what about you? Do you have it all set up?
I was about to set it up. I have the code here.
You got the code? Okay, then go ahead and put it in as we're talking. That way, by the time we get to Cengage today, you can have it ready to go. All right. So today's class, we're going to confirm who's a VDI user and that you can access the S drive. So some of you already did that, and that's good. But right now, I need to know if you did not check, or if you don't know, like if you don't know if you have your S drive, or if you did check and it's still not there. There was one person who was having issues last week. Is any of you guys having issues last week with your S drive? Or if you do not know, then give me a no also. So Cassandra, you won't have it. Well, no, you should have it because you were in the class. When you're saying yes, meaning yes, you're having problems, or yes, you have it?
As in like I don't know what the S drive is. How do I find it?
Okay, it's in the VDI. We're gonna head into VDI. I'm gonna show you how to get into VDI, and then I'll show you how to get to the S drive.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. All right, so I think almost everyone, yeah, everyone's here now, so cool. Remind me, Cassandra, though, that by the time we get to when I do get into VDI to access the programs, remind me to show you the S drive in case I forget.
Okay, thank you.
So today you're gonna have an assignment called, well, you have to do a bit of research. You're gonna have to make up that you or a friend or a relative needs to buy a computer and you have to research what to buy. And you're gonna have to write your conclusions and turn that in. So I'm gonna show you some links to do the research. I'm also gonna show you how to access Google Drive and LinkedIn Learning. LinkedIn Learning is a site that through school, if you use it through Pipeline, you can get humongous, I mean, I'm talking thousands of really good quality tutorials. So if you want to find anything more beyond the links I'm going to give you for research, you can learn tons of other stuff, and I'll show you how to get to these for free through the school and to your own Google Drive. Some of you know how to get to your Google Drive, the Pipeline Google Drive, where you can also put a lot of your files that you're working on. And then the next thing we're going to do today is we're going to work on exam procedures this whole week. You can keep training for the Windows 10 exam, and sometime before Tuesday, you need to take the exam. Okay, well, not before Tuesday, up until Tuesday, but I highly recommend doing it before Tuesday and not leaving it to the last minute, because you want to make sure it's working. Also, I'll be showing you how to do the practice exam that's available today, and how to start preparing for the computer ComSec exam, which is going to be quite different than the Windows exam. And this one will take quite a bit more prep than the Windows exam took. The important thing is that the Windows 10 today, I'm going to support you with that. We're going to lecture on how to do, you can ask me any question you want, and I'll be showing you how to do things with Windows 10. And then after that, in any moment, as of right now, you can click on the link and take the exam. You have a whole week to take it, okay? So basically what was due today is the Comp 101 folder screenshot and the Getting Started project with Sam, the one that you had to type hello. Both of these need to be submitted. There's a couple of you guys who haven't submitted them yet. So as I said, if you still need help with this, we're going to do that at the end of today's. Hang in when I'm done with today's class, and I can help you with that. But what's due next week is just these two things. The research about what computer you're going to purchase and the justification of why you're choosing what, and just take the Windows 10 exam, okay? So those are the two things that are due next Tuesday. Now, I'm going to tell you more about both of these two assignments first. The first one is the identify which computer, hardware, and software to purchase. I have the links here for those of you who download this PowerPoint. Other than that, I'm going to show you in Canvas how to get to these links and how to get into VDI. So I'm going to now share my screen that I'm going to get into VDI. So those of you who haven't done this yet, maybe Cassandra, a couple of you guys who might have not accessed VDI yet, you need to type in a browser, any browser, vmview.sbcc.edu. That's the link that will get you to this page. So open any browser and type vmview.sbcc.edu. If you have a Chromebook, I believe, I think the only one I'm not sure about, Cassandra, do you have a Chromebook, or what computer do you have?
I have a PC.
A
Mac.
PC, okay. And a Mac, yeah. Okay, so you're gonna need VDI. All right, so let's click on this bottom link here on the right. I was gonna say, some of you guys, other than if you're in a Chromebook, you can't. You could choose to install this, not here during class. And if you need support, you can get on Zoom with the tech support and try to install this on your computer. And then you will always be able to use VDI as an application in your computer instead of having to use it to the browser, which tends to be more stable. But here during class, I'm always going to show it to you this way, and that's good enough. But if you're having issues at any point, remember that plan B might be to just do this process, and then you don't have to access it each time to the browser. Anyway. So I'm going to, when I click on that link, it makes me sign into Pipeline. And when I'm on Firefox, it always makes me sign in twice. And I don't know why, but there you go. I just had to click the whole link 2 times. And then here we're gonna head into the student desktop. So everyone who's on VDI, please do this. If you have the applications, if you are on a Windows computer, today all we need is a Windows computer. If you're on a Windows computer, already Windows 10, you do not need to do this. You can do this also for today on Windows 11. A couple of you guys will have Windows 11. This part today for the training for the exam or researching, all you need is a browser. You don't need to be on Windows 10, 11 because you're going to be doing your studying inside of the virtual mode that Sam sets up. This is the part that takes a little bit of time. And that's my dog barking. My kids are at home. Turn the sound off in a second. Give me a second, I'm gonna go get the door because he's still barking. Okay, someone else went to get the door when I was about to go. All right, so here we go. The Windows screen is available now. So you are either on a Windows screen of your own, or you are on a Mac or on a Chromebook and you had to connect to VDI. How we check now that you have your S drive, how you check is head over here in the bottom. If you have a little icon that's your Windows Explorer icon, like that, then you click on your Windows Explorer icon. Let me put on a little spotlight on my mouse so this shows better. Here we go. So I can head down here on this Windows Explorer icon, or plan B, I can click on this start button here and check on this little icon. This icon takes me to the same exact place as the Windows Explorer icon, which is this one down here, the File Explorer. Now, I'm going to turn this one off here. I use this for when I teach all my Photoshop, Illustrator, all those classes, but we don't need them for this class. So if you get a sign in with Google, we don't need that for the Comp 101 class. So I'm going to open the File Explorer. And over here on the left side, when you see this PC, you're gonna, and you can just click on the word these PC, but that ends up being pretty confusing. I prefer to click on this little arrow that's right there. And then down here, you'll see a whole bunch of things that are connected to this PC, and one of them should be your student S drive. Okay, and then in this student S drive is where you should have made your Comp 101 folder. And inside of your Comp 101 folder, which again, you can access by once again, opening up this little arrow, scrolling up, and now here's my Comp 101 folder, inside of which I should have all my Access, Excel, Word, PowerPoint, Module 1, Module 2, and so on and so forth. So this is everything we did in class last week. If you missed class last week, please watch the recording. And this is the homework that you have to do a screenshot of this and submit. Okay. All right. So now everyone who's on VDI, please give me a yes if you have an S drive. Give me a no if you still don't have an S drive. And if you don't need it, then remain neutral. But the people who do need an S drive, I need to know that you have it. Okay. So Cassandra.
Yeah, I'm confused as to how you got to that page. My thing took a while to load,
Mine did too.
and I'm just like lost, and I don't even remember the
You're
password.
okay. So tell me when you got stopped, at what
So
point?
right now I'm just inside the Windows, the screen, but I don't know how you access the files.
So you did get to this window?
Yes.
Okay, so you can either click on this little icon for File Explorer,
Okay.
or which is the equivalent to the Finder if you're a Mac person, or you can go to this little icon, the Windows icon, and click on the word Documents. And I did it the other way this time. This time I'll do it. They take you to the exact same spot. So this
Okay.
File Explorer, and this is part of the kind of stuff that you're going to have to doing the exam this week for like, how do I use Windows? And one of them is open the File Explorer. So those are the two ways to open the File Explorer.
Okay,
And then
thank you.
here on the File Explorer, on the on the left side, you have this sidebar that gives you guys this quick access. Is just stuff that the computer comes with automatically, giving you quick access to parts in your computer. The confusing part is that when you open this PC, there they show up again. There's desktop again. There's documents. There's downloads. They were all there. They're taking you to the same exact place. So if you click on downloads here and you click on downloads here, you should see the exact same thing, which in my case is nothing. If you click on documents here, click on documents here, you should see the same thing. Now, those of you who have your own computer, you have stuff in them. But those of us who are on VDI shouldn't have stuff anywhere other than in our student folder, okay? And that is not replicated up here in the quick access. You can close the quick access and not use it and just use the student folder like this. And in here, you should have the component one folder that we made. So again, if you didn't do this part and you need help with the assignment that's due today, which is this one, I can help you after this class is over.
Okay, thank-
Not this class is over, before the class is over, but when today's lecture is over. So did you find your S drive, Cassandra?
Yeah,
All right, so anyone who should have it, should have it. So basically all I need right now is a no if you think you should have it and don't have it. Now, if you're at home and you'll never use VDI, then you don't need one. Okay. You're all at home or at work or whatever. I meant to say, if you're using your own computer, you'll never use. That's a Windows computer. That's what I mean by at home. You're using your own system. You don't need it. Versus if you're in VDI, I kind of call it being at school because you're using the school software. Okay, so whenever I say at home or at school, I mean your own computer or school software. Okay, so I'm gonna close this right now. I don't need to be looking at the Win File Explorer, which is the equivalent to the Finder for all you Mac people. And I'm gonna open the Canvas course. So for that, I'm gonna go here to Google Chrome. You guys can open Google Chrome. Let me just say that we do not need today to be in VDI. I just needed to be in VDI to make sure that you had the S drive and that you knew how to get in VDI. But for everything that's due next week, to do the resource, to research, I'm sorry, for the assignment about your computer hardware. Okay, give me a minute while I tell my family to be quiet for a second. Sorry, it's this is the time, this is always the time, afternoons been empty and this is the time everyone comes home. It's right when this class begins. From now on, the only time that you will truly need VDI is for Mac people, right? Because they need to be able to study Windows. And other than that, we don't need it until we use Office, which will happen a couple of weeks from now. But I'm going to go ahead and go to sbcc.edu. And then I'm going to click on Pipeline. And I already signed in to this whole system. It knows it's me, so it doesn't need to sign in again. And then over here, you'll see Canvas. Once you're in Canvas, you go into the 101 course. All right, so now I have, I'm going to student view. Okay, so I need to, get really confused when people start talking behind me because then I hear both me and the computers. So I had to, so I have these headsets. All right, so when we get in here, as usual, there's two ways to approach the class. You can either just go straight to the assignments. Like if you were doing this course online, you'd have to go and do all of the modules to read what's due and whatever, but I'm telling you what it is so you can. just, unless you miss the class, of course, then you have to do all the steps. But if you're not, you can just come straight down to this bottom of the main page that you arrive in. And here you'll see the 2 things that are still due today by 11:59 p.m. And then we have what's due next week. So what's due next week is the assignment to identify which computer to purchase, complete the practice exam, the Windows training, and to take the exam. So don't take the exam until you first do a ton of Windows training. When you're done with the Windows training, then you can do the practice exam. We can do this one 10 times, so we'll do it once tonight together, so you'll see the difference between the training and the exam. And then at some point, hopefully before next Tuesday, you'll click on here and complete the exam. Now, I'll tell you more about the exam in a minute. Right now, I want us to click on this assignment, identify which computer hardware and software to purchase, and click on that. And basically, you need to imagine someone, you need to be specific who you're buying the computer for, yourself, a friend, or family member. Why does this matter? Because each one of you guys might have a different need, right? So you need to identify what your needs are for a computer. A lot of the time people email me and they're, what computer should I buy? And I'm like, oh, it depends on what you want to do with it. It's like, what car should you buy? Well, I don't know. You can buy a tiny little, electric car. You can buy a pickup truck. It depends on what you need. Same thing with computers. So review these resources. You click on these 3 links. And when you do that, if I click on this link, it's going to take me here to a whole GCF Learning Global is a really good site where you can do a lot of learning. And here you have computer buying guide, what to look, choose between a laptop, what's a Chromebook, how to decide when to get a new one. So you're going to click on this thing. I'm going to head back over here. You have another link here taking you to that same site, but a different place where it tells you more about other kinds of decisions like tablets, laptop and tablets, e-readers, just other kind. So anyway, find out more about these. And then the last one is actually a link that takes you to a site where they also talk to you about considering things like refurbished computers or not, new, used, etc. Okay, Mac or PC, things like that. So
have a
after your,
question.
what's that?
I have a question.
Yes.
So my VDI is pretty like slow and laggy. Is there anything that I can do to like speed it up or like fix it? Is there like an update I need to get or?
No, are you on a Mac or on a PC to start with?
I'm on a Mac.
Okay, and do you have a ton of applications open right now?
No.
Okay, first of all, close, turn off every single application except for the browser you're using for VDI to start with. And then after that, make sure that you have, I guess it depends on how many people are on your Wi-Fi, if you have a lot of people using it or not at the same time. Basically, as long as you have not right now, but you can close your entire browser and restart it. That helps clear up the cache, which is something that we're going to study next week, right? Many times browsers are left open with a ton of tabs. That slows down the computer tremendously. So close all your tabs, close your browser, open it up again, clean and fresh with no tabs, and then access VDI. That will make a huge difference. And in particular, do a whole restart, not just to put to sleep, to restart, like close all your applications, close all your tabs, all your browsers, restart your computer one time. And then when you open the browser, it should have that just released a whole bunch of stuff. Last thing you can do is actually clear your cache, which is depending on what browser you're using. So since you're in a Mac, it's possible that you could be using Safari, which for VDI is maybe not the best choice. So do you have Chrome or Firefox installed?
Yeah, I'm actually using Chrome.
Okay, Chrome is really slow on a Mac. So it's fine, but it's the slowest browser for a Mac. Safari is actually better for a Mac, or Firefox would be the best one right now for Cengage. Safari is usually much faster than Chrome, but if you're using Cengage, even though now they're saying Safari is fine, they've said this year that it's fine, but just historically, they haven't worked so well with it. So basically, if you're on a Mac, your best bet is to download Firefox. and not use any of the others, at least when you're doing VDI, and open up Firefox and access VDI and Cengage that way.
Okay, thank you.
And if you use it only for that, and then you close it, and then you use Chrome for whatever else you use, but as you, just so you know, Chrome is much slower on a Mac than using Safari. So if you're on Safari, you're better off using usually, if you're on a Mac, you're basically using Safari and Firefox as your two options versus Chrome. Last option is if you have an old computer, you can add RAM. If you have a new computer, you can't add anything to it. So yeah, there you go. That's all I can think of. Now we can talk more about adding RAM and all that stuff next week when we talk about computer hardware. Part of what you're going to be learning up here is what's worth putting money into. And one of the things that you're going to learn is that putting money into RAM, a computer that has much more RAM, it makes your computer be able to work better with multiple applications open. So maybe you have a computer that you can still, mine is old enough that I can still add RAM to it. It's a 2015. But if you have newer computers, depending on the type of computer it is, you might be able to add RAM to it or not. All right, and I have a Mac, by the way. I'm teaching all of this on a Mac. All right, so that's it. These are the 3 links that you need to read and learn based on these questions. Who are you purchasing this for? And then not just, the whole point is just who, but what are the things that this person would most use it for, right? If your kid going to school is different than for someone who's going to be doing editing video, or someone who's working on photos, or just with Office and stuff like that. And then you would have to make a choice of what you'll be using and why did you consider this, et cetera, et cetera. So this is a discussion, meaning the way you enter everything you've written is by hit and reply, just like you have for the introduction. And you just give me all your reasons, answer everything, and then you will be able to post it. Once you post your answers, you will be able to see everyone else's answers. So at first it'll look like no one's answered. It's just that you won't get to see other people's answers until you actually post yours. Okay. Any questions about this assignment? It's next week. We'll be talking a lot about computer parts, if you want, and computer hardware and software and net. And that's the kind of stuff that will be our next module and our next exam, and it's considered computer concepts. So this is a good approach to that. If there's no questions, then I want to head back to, I like to head back to either home or syllabus to see what the next set of assignments is that are due next week. And this is when we get into the whole take Windows exam, complete the practice exam, or the training. Now, they have a due date. They seem to be assignments, but just so you know, the only 2 assignments are this one, the one that we just went through, and it's worth 10 points. And then the take the Windows 10 exam, which is worth 50 points. These 2 are set up as assignments, but they are worth 0 points. If you don't do them, you're just the one who's going to not do well in the exam. If you do them, it's how you practice and test and study for the exam. Does that make sense? They're worth 0 points, but sometimes people miss them because when you do an online course, you have to go through all the modules. But when we're not an online course, and sometimes my students didn't go through the modules and then they didn't know where the links were to these things. And so I've turned them into assignments worth 0 points so that you guys can just come here and know everything you have to do. But they're not, there's no grading, okay? So let me, I'm gonna head back to the PowerPoint for a second to show you a couple more things, and then we'll come back here. So here's the, actually I need the spotlight again. All right, so in 1 week. Oh, I copied the wrong slide. This is in 2 weeks and this one is in 1 week. All right. So the Windows exam is due in 7 days. The computer concepts exam is going to do in 2 weeks and 14 days. Here's the good news. both of these exams, you will have one chance to retake the one that you did the worst on week 14. Okay, so just so you don't stress too much, this is your first time that you can do an exam. Windows 10, which is the one you take this week, on top of that, I'm letting you have 2 chances at it. Today, this week, if you do the first time and you mess up, you press the wrong button, you submit before you're done, guess what? You can restart it, but that's restarting it. You have to do all the answers again. You have 2 chances. It's the only time you'll have 2 chances on an exam. From now on, after that, you always have only 1 chance as an exam. But for this week, you could open it and not like your grade and do it again. Next week, you'll be doing the computer concepts exam. You will have 1 chance at it. And then in week 14, I'll let you choose one of these 2. If per chance you are fine with your grade, you never need to look at it again. But if you didn't like your grade, you can choose one of them and retake it. Okay, so you'll have a whole, 13 or whatever, 10 weeks by now to practice to retake it. Each one of them is worth 50 points. All right. So just so you're clear, this Windows 10 exam is open right now. If you were to click on the link, that would be one of your attempts. So don't click on the link until you're ready to go. Okay, because you don't want to start it until you're ready to go. But if you've been studying this week, because I did show you how to do the training last week, and you think you're ready to go, then go for it. Do it as soon as possible, be done with it. And then all you have left for the whole week is just the whole research and figure out what you want to buy. Okay. Now, one thing that's really important is that if you are a DSPS student, I need to get your paperwork. And it needs to be here supposedly for our 80 hours, 48 hours before the exam. The exam is already open, but it's not due until next Tuesday. So here's the deal. A lot of the times DSPS though, if you are a DSPS student, what you get is more time to do the exam or things like that. Well, there's no more time I can give you than a whole week. Like this is completely on your time. It's at home. It is not proctored. All right. So it won't make much of a difference for the exam right now because everyone's going to have all the time in the world to do it. Once you start the exam, you can take, 3 hours to do it. It doesn't matter how long it takes you to do it. So it won't change much, but just for other considerations, I do need to receive your paperwork. Okay. One last thing, we're gonna be doing the training for Windows 10 and the exam, but I want to make sure that you've all performed a systems check before you do the exam. So today we're going to make sure to perform the systems check. Everyone, if you're setting up yourself, if you are on the computer that you're going to do the exam for, I need you to do a systems check so that when your exam starts, you're all ready to go. Now, how's the exam gonna be? Once again, you do not need VDI to take the exam. So those of you who don't know, I don't know, exam, whatever, no, just even Mac people, all you need to do is get on to your Canvas course, click on the link, take the Windows exam, and it'll open up this virtual environment, and that's where the exam is going to be in. So you do not need to go into VDI, which might slow down. If you try to go into VDI and then from there into the SAM and stuff like that, it might slow it down. For the exam, you do not need to be in VDI. So open Chrome or Firefox. As I said, on a Safari, probably Firefox is better. On a Mac, Safari is maybe better. Access your Canvas course, click on the link to the exam, and then do your system check and then start the exam. So today we're going to do the very similar thing, but we're going to do the practice exam, just so that you can figure out how you're going to do this. And then the most important thing is do not click on submit. Okay, I'll show you how to do that, but you never submit your exam. You finish your assignments and you finish all the tasks. And once you finish the last one, it will submit itself. But if you're in the middle of it and you hit submit, that's considered finishing your exam and you might end your exam halfway. So do not ever click on submit. I'll show you this now in person when we do the practice exam. But that's important for you guys to know. The Windows 10 exam is worth 50 points and it'll be 30 hands-on questions. What that means, it'll be like the SAM training, that it'll basically say, open Word, and you'll have to go and open Word. And when you complete that, it'll say, yay, well done. And then it'll say, you know, sign out, shut down your computer, and you'll do that, but you'll do it inside of the virtual environment. And then it'll say, yay. But whereas the training gives you multiple chances to do this, the exam only gives you 3 chances. And after that, it figures that you don't know it and moves on to the next question. You can have open books and notes, which in this case doesn't mean much because there's no other exam. We don't have a book about this, but in the future, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, you will have your book next to you. So all of them are going to be open books and notes. It's not proctored. This is the only exam you can take twice. Okay. But if you start it and stop it, that counts as one of your tries. So don't get into it until you're ready. And you have 1 week. I think I've said all of this. All right, that was a bit of a repeat slide. When the exam is over, it's going to tell you how many points you got in a percentage. So it might say that you got 100% right. You got it all right. That means 50 points, not 100 points. If you got, you know, half of it right, then that'll be 25 points. Okay, so if it says 50%, but that means you got 25 points. So just so you know, this is an example. Okay, it's not like if you then tell me, but I got 75. Well, 75% would mean 37 points. Okay. Now, I'm gonna show you more about these. Wait, I had. Yeah. Here you go. I've done this part. What's the big difference between the SAM training and the exams? The SAM training is going to be that it has 3 parts: observe, practice, and apply. We went through this last week. If you missed last class, I showed you all in depth all these parts on the training. I'm happy to show you again today, again after class is over and the majority of people are doing their work. If you want me to, I can show you this again. But the most important thing is that it's the apply portion that you need to test yourself on a bunch of times until you know them. And you can do them as many times as you want. You can do the training hundreds of times. You can practice and practice and practice. And each time you get it wrong, it just says task and correct, try again, task and correct, try again, until you get it right. Once you get it right, it just says complete and it gives you a little check mark on the task and you can keep going. So that's the training. So you can do it hundreds of times. You can have, 28 points correct and there's 2 that you never remember and you just run those 2 again and again until you get them right. Once you do that and you know that you're ready, then you can run the practice exam. The practice exam has only 5 tasks. It's just a sampling of how the exam is going to be. And you can take it 10 times. It's not even questions that you'll have in the exam, but they're very similar. But the whole difference, the reason we have the practice exam and that we want you to do it between the training and the real one is because in the training, you've gotten accustomed to clicking all over to get the right answer. But in the exam, you only have 3 chances to click and get it right. So it runs you through 5 tasks where it just shows you how quickly 3 clicks go, right? And so the practice exam really gives you only 3 chances. If you get it wrong, you do it wrong. So just run that as many times until you feel comfortable remembering not to just click around, but to really make sure you know what to do. Once you've done that, then go for it and start the exam. So basically in the practice exam, it'll tell you after 3 times, it'll tell you to go to the next task or to keep trying this task, and it'll tell you how many times you have left. All right. Once you use up your 3, if you just got it wrong, then it just says no, and you can't return to it. And that's just, one of the 30 tasks of your exam will be one that you didn't get right. So don't continue trying your 3 tasks when we show you the exam. If you don't know it, just keep going to the next task, the next task, and the next task. And then when you've done, say, 15 of your tasks, and you have 15 left because you knew them all, come to the next 15 And then you do 5 more rather quickly. And then you're left with 10 that you're not sure about. And then you start dealing with each one. You can look up on your books, you can figure it out, you can test it before you use up all your tries. And as you use up your tries, you can't come again. So, you know, you should be able to take your time. As I said, it's not a timed exam. So if you don't know it, don't just try again and again. If you try again and again, boom, you've used your 3 tries. Okay, so we're going to practice all of this today so that you get a good feeling for how it's going to be. I have one more tip, which is that you're welcome to move the gray instructions box out of the way. If you've been doing your trainings, you'll notice that in the apply, it'll just say, what's your task? Like sign into Windows 10 and use Windows as the password. Well, you're supposed to write the password here, but the gray box is in the way. Well, you're welcome to just click on this gray box and drag it out of the way and move it, and then be able to do your homework. So this gray box that gives you the instructions is movable. Okay, so if it was over there, it's in the way, just grab it and drag it somewhere else, and then you can do your assignment. Okay, so that box is movable. All right, any questions about the procedure of exams? And any question that comes up, like whatever. This is the time to anything that I might have. Nope. Some of you might be taking your time to turn on your sound. No. Okay, so the next thing I have in the PowerPoint is actually to start training you on Windows. So I'm gonna wait on that. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna head back into the Canvas course, and let's go ahead and click on the training, which again, you can do the trainings as many times as you want, and you can do the practice exam as many times as you want. Now, those of you who don't have your access code in yet, I want you to tell me what happens when you do click on this link and what the message is, and let's see if we can figure this out for you. So I'm going to go ahead and go over here to my complete Windows 10 training, and I'm going to click on that. And again, I got this from the syllabus. I went to today's date, complete Windows 10 training. Then it says load. You'll see that it says 0.0. You won't receive points for completing this training. It's crucial to complete the apply section correctly in order to prepare for the Windows 10 exam. So you click on the training. We'll go into Cengage. Now, those of you who did not put in the access code yet, what's happening here? This is where I want us to do the system check, okay? But I also want to make sure, I believe it was Cassandra, Anthony, Cynthia, and one more person. There was someone else who didn't have it yet. What are you getting now?
Mine just gives me the options on buying.
To
that
buy it or
code.
to access the course.
Yeah.
It doesn't have any more the option to use this temporarily, right?
No, but if I go to my account, it gives me like more stuff, but it doesn't give me the training.
Okay, do you want to share your screen for a minute? Because I want to see if there's any possibility of finding a way around it to try to do it. If you share your screen, let's see if I can help you find some workaround. Still, I mean, all of you who don't have it told me it's on the way, right? It's not, because if someone's got like issues with financial aid and it's not going to come for 2 weeks, I really need to know, because you have an exam due. But if what's up is that you're just waiting and it's going to come in the next couple of days, then you'll be fine. Do you need a hand sharing your screen?
No, it's just asking me to update my system preferences real quick.
Oh, you need to, you know how to do that? You need to click
Yeah.
on that and click on the Zoom, unlock it and click on the Zoom link on the check mark next to Zoom.
Yeah.
I can walk you through it if you need a hand, let me know. So Mac people, when you share your screen, the first time only, later after that it won't, but it takes you to your system preferences, and then it has you sign in your password, and then it makes you check that you allow your Zoom screen to be shared. It's just a security thing. And then you have to say, okay, continue later, and then you click again and do the whole thing again. So after that, it'll just be one time. All right. right, well, Cynthia got dropped and is now connecting again. So does anyone else want to share their screen about what's happening with Cengage if you don't have the access code yet?
Oh, I can still share mine. It just had me
Oh,
logged
there you go.
on.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say you should have said later, but since you said next, that's fine. Cool. All right, so, all right, so it took you all the way into your, yeah, it's not letting you in. And so, yeah, that won't make much of a difference. It's not letting you into the assignments. Do a refresh here and click again and see what it takes you to. Because plan B, you guys, is just, if you know, if you haven't paid for it yet, you can pay for it right here. If you haven't done it yet, those of you who click and you get to this, hold on, to this screen, click on 631 instructor Diana Musacchio. Yep, click on that one. And if you're gonna buy it, by the way, see, here's the issue. You're in an accounting class, it seems. The reason you want to here's the perfect example why we're using Cengage Unlimited. Because if you were to buy independently the textbook for the Cengage, for me, for Comp 101, and for your accounting class, you would have to pay $180 down there. But the good thing about Cengage Unlimited is that if you just buy the Cengage Unlimited, you can take 3, 4, or 5 classes and it's still only $120, right? So in your case, if you've already paid for it, fine. But if you haven't paid for it, then anyone who gets to this window, guys, you can just go ahead and place buy now, right now, put your credit card in there and buy it. Now, if you're waiting for financial aid and all of that, then you still have to do it through the school. But if you just didn't know how to buy it, click on the buy now on the yellow, on the Cengage Unlimited. Don't buy the SAM, because the Cengage Unlimited then lets you access to rent the textbook for $7.99. If you buy the SAM on the left side, you can't rent the textbook. Okay, is everyone pretty clear about this? Any questions? It used to say access temporarily, but now you can't access temporarily. So basically, for the next portion, thanks for sharing your screen, Cynthia. For the next portion, you have to just watch today. I'm gonna share my screen again. I believe I want you to check your system. For those of you who don't have your account yet running, to check your system. For those of you who don't have access, I'm gonna head back, send you to the modules. This is for people who are for their account is still not running. This is a plan B to check your system. Go to the modules in our Canvas, head to the resources modules. And over here, I put a link to check your system. Perform a SAM system check right there, okay? So for those of you who don't have access to your account right now, click on Perform a SAM system check and see if when you click on that, it takes you to the page to do your SAM system check, okay? Now here's the deal. If you get all green check marks, life is good, right? But right now, if you don't get all green check marks, screen resolution and window might matter or not so much. You can change it, but pop-ups is really important. If it says your pop-ups are disabled, you won't be able to do the exam. It's going to be a mess. Okay, so I do want to see if you can all do the Simpsons check, even those of you who don't have Cengage. So did this work for you guys? Anthony, it worked for you and you didn't have access to it. Okay, good. So now, if what you got is pop-ups disabled, I can show you how to enable your pop-up. So if anyone got the message that pop-ups are disabled, it's really important. I'm going to clear your feedback. Tell me, give me a no, like something's wrong, give me a cross check mark if your pop-ups are disabled, because depending on what browser you're using, we need to enable your pop-ups. So give me a yes if you're in the all clear. If all your check marks are red, give me a yes. Thumbs up disappears, Armando, so give me a little check mark with yes. I want a yes from everyone, or a no if I need to help you. Or a no if you've no idea where I am and what I'm talking about, give me a no, okay? So I can help you disable your pop-ups. Otherwise, you won't be able to run the exam and the test and all of that. All right, so Flor is saying no. Sue, you're raising your hand. Can you give me a little? I don't hear you because your sound is off. So I'm gonna start helping everyone who said no. Flor, you were the first one. So can you tell me what's up with what system you have going? What system are you running?
Yes. I'm using the VDI, but actually I checked the system in the computer and this is the same thing. The pop-ups are disabled.
Okay, so go ahead and share your screen and I'll show you how to deal with disabled pop-ups on your computer, and then everyone else who has a no can try to do that on theirs, and then 2 or 3 of you will have the same issue as Flor, and that'll be fixed, and then 2 or 3 will have a different issue. So I want everyone to have a yes at the end. When your pop-ups disabled has been fixed, then you'll all give me a yes. So Victor, Armando, Cynthia, Sue, give me a yes or a no. I don't want to see nothing. I need a yes or a no. All right. So you are on Edge. And so guys, do you see the browser that she's using? She's using Edge.
I'm
And-
using Chrome.
Oh, why is Edge on underneath?
I don't know.
You're right, you're in Chrome.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm just confused because usually when it's lit up like that, oh, you're on Windows 11, so maybe
Yes.
it looks a little bit different on how it's doing. Okay, so let's enable your pop-ups, so to say. So there's a couple different ways. There's the simplest one. There's 3 or 4 different ways, but one of the ways is to just click on the 3 little dots on the right side of your face. See how up on the top right you have your little, go ahead and click on those 3 little dots. Oh, you disconnected the share. You need to share your screen again. You probably had it under the green button. You need to share your screen again because I can't.
Okay.
There you go. You might need to move. You know what? The whole part that says you're sharing your screen, you can grab it from the black, any part of the black stuff that's up there, and then just drag it out of the way. The Zoom stuff, you can drag that out of the way and that'll give you a chance. There you go. Okay, so anyone who has Chrome, I'm going to show you how to enable your pop-ups. Okay, so if you're using Chrome, head all the way down to the word settings. Click on those 3 little dots and head on to the word settings. Yeah. Oh, you are in your personal Google account. You shouldn't be, you should be in your Pipeline Google account. Does it matter? Yeah, let me go back into the system settings. Go back into the system check that you did, the tab next to it. No, not the system settings, I apologize. Go back to the system. There's 2 tabs up there. You're on the tab that says settings, and right next to the left, it says system. So go up to the tabs with your mouse where it says SAM and comp and all of that, like the browser tabs. Keep going up. Yeah. Move to the right, and the one that says system check to the right. The other side is the right. Yeah. Close that one up. Close it. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. And you came in through Cengage, and yet it's taking you to the, I'm just trying to see why it's taking you to your personal settings. Okay. It should be taken to your Pipeline one, but okay, go back to the settings tab. I just wanted to make sure that it was still on the same one. Yeah, and click it. You have the tab open already. Go to the settings. I just stopped you. Yeah. Okay. Open a new one. And then head over to the top left where it says settings.
Over here.
Yeah. I need to move your window because I can't see it anymore. Okay, or top left where it says settings, and then go down security and privacy. Mhm. Okay, now cookies and other site data. No, not that one, sorry, two under site settings. Two under, yeah, site settings, there we go. Site settings. Okay, and now scroll down. At the very bottom, keep scrolling down, it'll take you to pop-ups and redirects. Keep going, there you go, pop-ups and redirects. Yeah, okay, so now here, go down to, keep going, scroll down. To allow to send pop-ups and use directs, go to add. And there you need to write, I'm trying to remember what they wanted you to write. 1 second. I think that you need to write Cengage.com. They changed what you need to write. So give me a second. Cengage.com. Yeah. Or write the whole HTTP SAM. I'm putting it in the chat. The whole thing, which says, nope, I got the wrong thing in the chat. I copy. That's what you, oh, wow. It's not letting me put the right link. Copy. It's only giving me an HTTP. It doesn't let me put the whole thing in the chat. How weird. Okay, so just go HTTP S. Let me, wow, it's not letting, let me show you what it needs. I can't, why is it not letting me? Oh, here, I'll write it. HTTP S : sam.cengage.com. Okay, so guys, that which I just wrote in the chat, copy that. You can click on the little thing I wrote in the chat. There's 3 little dots to the right. You can right click and copy. And that whole thing is what needs to go into that site place. Okay. So do you see the one I'm talking about? So do you see it in the chat?
Yes.
https://sam.cengage.com.
I'm sorry, my dog is loud.
That's okay. Or you don't have to copy it. You can just write it, but it needs to say all of that.
Okay.
You could also write this one, but I don't know how familiar you are with this notation. So plan B, you can write this other notation that I wrote right there, which is like square bracket, asterisk point, square bracket, cengage.com, which is allowing anything from cengage.com. So that's cengage.com. Okay, now say add. Okay. You're done. Now go back to the systems check. Where you can go to that tab right there and do a refresh.
Okay.
Good. Now pop-ups are enabled. So
Oh,
cool.
Perfect. Yes.
All right.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
All right. So now we did it with you. I'm sure someone else needs that done. Change your check to a yes. Who else needs to enable their pop-ups? Victor?
Yeah, I need to do that.
Okay, so what screen, what computer do you have? Do you want to share your screen? Okay, you are on, what are you on? You're using,
I'm I'm using a Mac, but I'm on Mac.
You're on a Firefox. Yeah,
Firefox,
you're on a Firefox. Yeah. So on Firefox, what we're gonna do is go to about, I'm trying to remember, go up to the far right where you have those 3 little lines. Yeah, right there, down a little bit lower. No, put your mouse on Firefox. Yeah, those. Yeah, no, go back to those 3 little, you might have them covered by Zoom. Yeah, those. Go all the way down to settings. in Firefox. Okay. Now on this one, go to privacy and security. Scroll down. Cookies and site data, login and passwords, keep going. Let me see. Permission, block pop-up windows. So if you want to turn it off for all of them, or if you want to just allow Cengage, that's up to you. What I just did with Float is just allow Cengage pop-ups. It's up to you. If you want to just turn it off like you just did, it's fine. Or if you do exceptions, then you have to give it again that little permission. If not, you're set. Go to the system check and run it again. Go up to the tab that says system check, one more to the right. You had it up open already. The systems check, just refresh it. Okay, and now scroll down, pop-ups are enabled. Perfect. Ready to go. All right.
Cool, thank you.
So Victor is done, Float is done. Sue, you never answered one way or another. Cynthia, Anthony, I need to keep seeing your yeses. If you guys click yes and then you click yes again, it turned off, right? So click it a third time so that it says yes or no, and then I'll know who to help. Okay. Sue, what's your situation? I don't see a yes or a no. I can't hear you. You're muted. Write in the chat because I don't know what you're saying. In the chat? Do you know how to write in the chat? Okay. Do you see something popped up that says here that I just wrote? I just wrote the word here. And do you see it somewhere? This is the chat. I just wrote, this is the chat. Oh, I wrote thesis, the chat. Do you see anything saying this is the chat? No? Okay, on your, I have no idea what you're saying, so you can unmute yourself if you want me to hear you, or head down to the bottom row of things, which is mute, video, participants, and then the next one says chat.
I just unmuted. I'm having
Okay, good.
PC. I'm not having problems with my Mac. I know how to use that. I can't get
Oh.
Windows up in my PC to do a check. All I can get up is either your window or another window, but not two. So I'm having a hard time getting up another window so that you can look at my machine. But
All right, I don't need another window to look at your machine.
Yeah, but I need you to, you're not gonna be able to get on it if I don't have two windows up.
Got it. Do you have your Zoom window? I only see you
I had to
once.
close it. I had to.
Okay.
close.
All right. So because I'm not seeing you on a second.
I couldn't
Zoom.
get two windows up, so I finally just closed out the other window because it wouldn't let me.
All right, go back to my email or the Canvas course and click on the link. If you go, let me show you. If you go back, are you seeing the Canvas course on that second computer? I'm going to show you a screen here. If you go back here to the Canvas course on your computer, go to home, and then just click here on Zoom link for Tuesdays on your PC.
I'm
and
on
click
there. If you
okay,
look,
and
I'm
click
on
on.
there.
What do you mean if you look?
I mean, I'm
I'm
on
sh-
there. My PC, it's up.
I'm sure.
The other one, yeah, not that one.
I'm seeing you only on one computer right now.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I need to get, because I need to get the Zoom link up. That's why.
Yeah, so do you see what I'm showing you? Look on this screen.
Oh,
Go-
yeah.
Go to home, go to Zoom link for Tuesdays on your PC and click on that link. And then that PC will be connected to Zoom. Then I'll let you in and then you can share that screen. Okay,
Yeah. Here we go. There's comp. There's the Zoom link. It just keeps moving. My cursor just keeps moving. There we go.
All right.
Okay, so
Right.
I'm on the Zoom link now. And
Okay, then click on it and then say allow and click and all that. And once you connect, I'll see you come in. Right now, I need to see you come in.
But I did have them both up. It's just that I couldn't get a second window up on this computer and I don't know why. To, you know, so
That's
that-
fine. I'll show you. Just connect. And then we'll be fine. Just connect to the Zoom. I don't, yeah, there you go. There's my waiting room. I'll admit you. Okay. So now you're in, it's still joining, but once it's considered, there we go, you've joined. It's connecting to audio. Tell it, no, do not connect to audio. Do not join with audio.
it's not asking me.
It should. At some point. Oh,
Okay, so you want me to click on what? Join-
okay. All right, now go down to your mouse. Sorry, go down in that computer to where it says share. I'm gonna stop my share and click on the big green button that says share screen. And then there's one more on the far right. There we go. Perfect. Now, let's go to Canvas. So go to the tab next to the one that you're showing me, that's the Canvas course. Up at the top where it says launch, the one on the left says Zoom link. Yep, click on that. Good. Now go to syllabus or home on the left side. Yep. And then scroll all the way down to access the training. There you go. So go, whoa. Up a little bit. Okay. And then click on complete Windows 10 training on today's Tuesday, February 8th. So no. Back. You were seeing it? Back. Look for February 8th. So keep going up. You're in April. Keep. Yep, there. Keep going. You're in March. Sorry, I saw 8 and keep going and keep going. There you go. February 8th, right? Okay, so now move your mouse to the right. Move your mouse to the right. There you go. And these are the, no, right next to where it says Tuesday, February 8th, with your mouse there again. Right, and then you have those blue things or everything that's due. So click on the red link that says complete Windows 10 training, which is basically, no, don't go far. You're right. You were like an inch
I've
from
got a
clicking it.
big box right in the middle. I can't see it unless I move it.
What box
Now I can-
there?
See, there's a big box in the middle. It says join with computer audio, which you did
Okay.
not want me to click on. But I
So
need
no,
to-
stop. I didn't say don't click on it. I said join, say no to join. You can say something like no or cancel. You have to answer it. So it say in whatever negative choice you have to join with computer audio, don't ignore it. Just say do not join or do not connect. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Okay, now there it is, complete Windows 10 training. Your mouse is like an inch from it. Move to the right, there it is. Perfect. Now, you guys, whenever you have, that's something, okay, click on this next link. Whenever you have a box, it's called a dialog box, okay? That's saying something to you. It's that you have to answer yes, no, or cancel. It just doesn't disappear until you say yes, no, or cancel, and that was happening to Sue. But see, we don't see the Zoom stuff, and that's why we weren't seeing it.
and it didn't.
Right, so
have- no, it
There's
wasn't.
the check. There's the check system. Yeah. So the Zoom stuff doesn't share itself. So you have a box, and I don't see that box. So I'm like, there's the link, and the rest of us are like, we can see it, but the person who has a Zoom box in the way can't see it. So you need to move those Zoom things out of the way. All right, so click on check system. Scroll down to see if the pop-ups are enabled. Yep, you're ready to go. So your system is set up. Now close this tab. And up at the top where it says systems check. Yeah, you can also close the next one that says launch. And the next one that says mind tech. Click on that one to get rid of all that. Click on that and get rid of it. Click on that one and yeah. So now you'll be ready to go. You can click on the start for the training. Anyone else, by the way, who made it there, you can all click on the start. I am seeing a couple of no's. Jacelyn,
I did the Windows check and there's like one box that won't check and it's not the pop-up one.
yeah, it's the pixel resolution or something like that.
Yeah, is there anything I need to do with that or is that fine?
Yeah, so I'll show you, go ahead and start the training anyway. And one of the tasks is to know how to change your pixel resolution. So it'd
Okay.
be good for us to actually test to learn how to do it in the
Uh-huh.
training. And then everyone, I kind of left that one disconnected for everyone who had a no, and we'll go and do it. So we can actually correct it.
Okay.
Cool.
I purchased the textbook, but I haven't been to the SPCC bookstore because I've been sick. I just got over COVID.
Oh,
So
Bummer.
I'm probably gonna try to go tomorrow,
Mhm.
if anything, and get my access code. So I don't
That's
think I can-
fine. Just so you know, if you have any of the symptoms or stuff like that, they have this thing where they say, just call me when you're outside and we'll come out with the stuff to you. So
wow.
they have a number, so call the library, the bookstore. And if you say that you need someone to bring it out, because you might still have something, they walk outside to give it to you. So call
Oh,
them
that's
and
awesome.
tell them.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. You're welcome, because they know people need them anyway. Some of you guys are really sick and you can't be studying, but others are just kind of, sick, but you can still be doing your work. And so this is kind of the way
just got
around
over,
it.
I just got over
Yeah.
like the worst of my symptoms. I just am like,
I know.
I'm
there's
fine
so
now.
many- So many
yeah.
of you guys, I'm teaching a bunch of classes and there's so many sick people. Anyway, one of our kids, we thought had it, but tested no, but we were pretty sure he had it. So I guess. Glad. All right, Cassandra, your hand is up.
So I still don't have access to Canvas, but I have Microsoft Edge, and you didn't show how to
Yeah,
do
you
the pop-up.
shouldn't, yeah, because you shouldn't be using Microsoft Edge anyway.
Okay.
The chosen ones are Google or Firefox or Safari. Microsoft Edge is still not really set up well to do VDI and to do Cengage. Cengage and
Okay.
Microsoft Edge don't work. So you can still open the pop-ups and do it, but if there's any glitches in the middle of the exam, like you can. But if there's any problems, it's like if you call Cengage to say, I'm in the middle of the exam and it broke, they'll go, well, you shouldn't be on that one, So I'm just
Okay.
ahead of time telling you to get on something else.
Okay.
All right. Flor, your hand is up.
Yes, my screen resolution is also has the red sign. I tried to change that before to the highest one I have, but it didn't change this.
Yeah, I'll show you now how to change resolutions, but I'm also not too worried about it because the exam seems to and the training seem to work fine even in a different resolution. But as I answered, Jason had the same question. One of the things the training teaches you is how to change a screen resolution. So I want us to go and learn how to do it as one of the tasks that you need to learn, because you will probably be tested on it, and then to actually do it. You know what I mean? And then hopefully that'll change your pop-up. All right, Rocio, what's your question? Your hand is up.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the pop-ups, but I can't.
Okay, do you want to share your screen? By the way, those of you for whom, you got your pop-ups handled, if you want to just click start and start running through the training while I'm helping people, please definitely do that. Okay.
When you're done, can you? Yeah, I have a question.
Give me a second. There we go. Rocio is going. Yes, what's that, Sue?
When you're done, I don't have the hands. I don't know how to do that and was unable to last week. And I thought I had downloaded the new Zoom.
Okay.
Isn't it because I don't have the new Zoom?
Okay, click me a second.
Okay.
So you're doing the whole, so you know what? Go ahead, go up right above that, Rocio, see where it says HTTPS, SAM, Cengage, since that's what you're gonna have to use later, right? Why don't you click and drag to select that? So click from the end to the end, yeah. So click on, yeah, and then right click and copy. There we. And now let's head out. Maybe it allows you to go straight, see where it says Chrome help block or allow pop-ups. Maybe they have a straight link there so you don't have to do all of the settings. Scroll down. No, they're gonna have to send you. Okay, so you're gonna have to go to the settings. Okay, go to the right. You're gonna have to go to the right and do it anyway. So go all the way to the right, where you see the big green R that you have there on the far right, and the 3 little dots right above next to the other green R, those 3 dots. Yeah, click on that. And then go down to settings. Keep going down, yep, settings. And then on the left side, security and privacy, very far layout, security and privacy. And now scroll down, down. Site settings. Yep. And then scroll down. I think it's one of the last ones. Yeah, pop-ups and redirects. Click on that one. And then scroll down. And then the bottom ad, the second ad in the bottom. Yeah, click on that one. And now copy paste. Or actually, you know what? Yeah, no, copy paste. Go ahead. I mean, not copy, you did say page and say add. And yay, you're done. Now go back to your system tab, which is one to the right. You have it up there, yeah, and refresh. Pull, pop-ups are enabled. Yay, you did it.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Rosia, is your hand, is it a new question or is it the same question?
Oh, it's the same. Just didn't.
Okay, cool. I'll lower your hand. Victor, again, is that a same question or a new question?
I was wondering how would I like enable pop-ups on Safari though?
Similar, you go to the preference, but the preferences on Safari are on the left. In fact, do I have Safari open here? Do you have Safari open? Do you want to share your screen and I'll show you? Okay, so go up to the word Safari and go to Safari preferences right there. And then security, that one. No, actually, you know what? You need to go to the developer mode. Let me make sure. Hold on, because I have the developer mode. Let me check. So go to privacy. Manage website data. You know what? Let me go and check what they say because I kind of forget. I think you need the developer mode to be turned on. Let me check really quick here where it says Safari. Preferences, websites. Okay, go to websites on the not the privacy, but one next to it, to the websites. Yeah, and then it'll say pop-up windows on the left. So on the left, scroll until there, the very bottom, pop-up windows. There you go, samsengage.com. And instead of block and notify, say allow. There you go. That should do it. Now go and refresh. And you refresh actually from the, yeah, that little from there. And there it is. Cool. You've done it. Cool.
Cool, thank you.
You're welcome. Glad you asked that. Okay, is that it? I'm gonna clear everyone's feedback. Has everyone enabled their pop-ups? I don't remember seeing Cynthia. Did you enable your pop-ups? Give me a yes. Now, everyone who has their pop-ups enabled. Meanwhile, Sue, let me show you how to do the yeses and the nos. So you know where you said share screen in the bottom?
Yes.
Okay, move all the way to the right until you see one of those icons that's called reactions. It's like a few icons to the right of share screen.
Okay, hold on. Let me move this up so I can see it.
Mhm.
Okay, and what am I looking for?
Keep going to the right from the green share screen. It'll say
More?
other stuff until you see one that says reactions.
Yes. got
Click
it.
on reactions, and that's where you do your yeses and your nos and your raised hands.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Okay, so I don't see raised hands, but I'm assuming, I mean, I'm not seeing yeses. I want yeses everywhere, no's if you still don't have it, and then we'll move forward. So this is the part that I needed to do with you guys because people tend to not know how to do this. But other than that, as long as you're all set with this, I'm going to share my screen again. Let me get rid of my Safari and go back in here and get back into my system check. And oh, how funny. Of all things, I was showing you how to do it so many times and I did not do my own. So I need to do my own unblocking of the pop-ups. There we go. Oh, let me share my screen. I had shown you all how to do yours and I hadn't done mine yet. So now, okay, now I've got it. So let me refresh my system check and yeah, pop-ups enabled. All right, so here we are. Now that you've done this once, you shouldn't have to do it again. So what you set up right now is set up and ready to go now for the entire semester. But just in case, before you start the exam, you'll have an option to check your system. Go ahead and check it again, just to make sure that you maybe opened a different browser or you did something else, you know, check your system, make sure that it's all ready to go before you start your exam. Right now for the training, it's less important. You'll know if it works or not work, but you really don't want it to suddenly start not working for your exam. So now let's click on start for the training. And I'm going to clear all your feedback. That way it's back to 0. And if anyone raised their hand like that, now I'll know it's new. Okay, and now this is it. This is the training that I showed you last week. Once again, how you handle it is by, I would recommend always head over to the practice first, run through the practice. And then if you think you know it, head over to the apply and test yourself. This is that gray box that I said that you can move around because sometimes the instructions are hovering right over something you need to do. So you see how easy it is to move it around. So in this example, you don't need to move it around, but there's one or two where it tells you to write something right on top of where this is. So just kind of move it out of the way and then do your work. Okay, so this is the box that I was talking about that you can move. And the other thing about the training is that say that you don't want to run through all 30 tasks because you know most of them. I mean, once you run through all of them, right, you'll get little green check marks on all of them, and that means that you've done the apply. So you can just go straight to the ones that you don't know. So if you head over to the bottom, one of these talks about the number 29 is check the resolution screen. See that? So let's head over. And how did I get here again? I went into the tasks. Okay. Scroll all the way down to all your tasks and check the screen resolution. So let's run that task to learn how to check the screen resolution, because that was the question that a few of you guys had. So I can go straight to the apply. So over here, you can see that it says task, whatever number, check the screen resolution. So that's the one we're going to learn. So I'm not going to bother with observe. I'm going to go straight to practice, and I'm going to let them tell me what to do. I'm going to stop my share and share again with the sound because I didn't have it sharing sound before. Okay. So basically it's telling me what to do. So I'm going to right click on the desktop.
The desktop shortcut menu opens. On the shortcut menu, click Display Settings.
So click Display Settings.
The Settings app starts and opens to show the display settings. In the Scale and Layout section, you can see the screen resolution.
Okay. So now that we know what to do, we can do it. And here it's not going to tell you what setting to, it just tells you to check the screen resolution. But we can go back to the system and see that it wanted us to have a system of 1366 or 768 or higher. Okay, so that's what they were hoping that we'd have. So in the exam and here in the training, all we need to do is just right click, display settings, and there you go. They consider we completed the task. But now for real life, what we can do is we can minimize these guys and go test it on our Windows screen. Do a right click. And on the real one, here it is, display settings. And display settings opens up. And you go down here and check the display resolution. And you click on display resolution. And I'm having an issues here, you know why? Because I have 3 monitors. And so it's not really wanting to see, I have a bunch of monitors and so it's going crazy. I can't even identify my monitor. So here it is. So you need to check that it has the resolution or higher that you want it to have. Okay, so I'm going to have it. This is the one that they're asking for, 1366 by 768. So I select that one. And I actually don't want to change it right now because it's a really complicated setup. I have a very complicated setup and I really don't want to change my resolution. So I'm going to ignore this, but if you guys need to do that for your computers for this to work, then there you go. Now you've learned how to do it. Okay. Now, my computer kind of froze up a little bit. Yeah, I shouldn't have tried to check it, to change it. Let me stop my share while I get it to unfreeze. Did anyone who has a Mac have problems with right clicking? Because you might need to enable your right click for this to work. I'm gonna have to my VM, my resolution got for my VM VDI froze, so I need to reconnect. It did not like me trying to do that. All right, any questions, you guys?
Yeah, I have a question. When I was trying to change the display resolution, it won't do the drop down bar on VDI.
On VDI, yeah, I just tried to do it on VDI and it was not happy at all. Wondering if VDI is set up
where you can't change it.
Where the admins aren't letting you change it.
Yeah, because everything else works, but then when I try it won't.
Yeah, just I would, if I were you, I would just ignore it.
Okay.
And let's just assume that because it's VDI, it's not going to happen. Let's just, learn how to do it. And if you're a Windows person on your own Windows machine, it'll work. But on VDI, let's not try to change the settings. It's probably all completely controlled by the admin because it's really not our computers. It's their computers. You know what I mean? Anyway, okay. So everyone has had a chance to be on the training for quite a while. Any questions about the training? Nope.
Yeah, I have a question. How do you get started? I keep pushing practice. So and nothing happens. How do I get started?
Okay, so you click practice and then you press that big play button.
Oh, we have to hit practice. Okay.
Well, you choose practice or apply, but you first should start with practice before you apply, because if you don't know how to do it, right?
Then what's observe?
Observe is you just watch them do it. They tell you, they click, they do it. So you observe it. So if it's something you're completely unclear on, You might want to first observe it. But practice, you basically observe and then it waits for you to do it. So practice is kind of like an observe, except for it hesitates for you to do it. So if you totally have no idea what it's all about, do the observe first, just watch like a little video and then move to practice.
So
So
this,
go ahead, why don't you share your screen and
Okay.
we'll help you.
well, I have a
figure out how
little
to-
menu there. Is that what they want me to do? Is to shut down Windows? Is that
Yeah,
my first?
Go ahead and share your screen instead of asking and if I don't see what they're asking, it's harder. So it's easier if you share your screen and then I'll know.
Oh,
what-
I had to click out to get I'm not on your Zoom meeting anymore on my computer. Sorry.
Okay, I'll show you with mine, but just so you know, you can just minimize it. You never need to click out. Otherwise, each time you have a problem, I won't be able to help you, or you'll have to go and reconnect again, which is
It's
fine if you
here.
just go reconnect again each time.
It's here.
All right, so now I'm sharing my screen. And so here's the deal. Look at my screen, Sue. So if I'm an observe and I press play, I just sit back and watch it play like a video. And it
Minimizing a window
tells me
allows you to
stuff.
hide the contents
Okay.
from display without closing the
I'm gonna
application.
pause it because it really acts like a video. Every time I share, I need to share again with sound. I forget to share with sound. There we go. So the reason I say instead of observe, go straight to practice, because if you have never minimized your window, which is, I guess, the task I'm in right now, then yeah, watch them do it. But if you have minimized a window or you think you know how to do it, go to practice directly. So basically here you switch from observe to practice to apply. So you do it right here. So I'm going to go to practice, and then I'm going to press play.
Minimizing a window
And it
allows
tells
you to
you-
hide the contents from display without closing the application. The application is still open and accessible on the taskbar. On the right side of the settings title bar, click the Minimize button.
So right now, basically it told you that it's still accessible on the taskbar like that. And they also are telling you to do that. And then it stops. This is exactly the same as the observe, only it stops after it's spoken to you and it waits. And it's showing you in red what you need to do. See? So that red box is basically saying click the minimize button. So I need to then click it. Once I click it, it'll go.
Windows hides the settings
Yay.
window and displays its button on the taskbar.
So then it shows me.
On the taskbar, click the Settings button.
So now I click the settings button.
Windows redisplays the settings window.
So that's showing me how to minimize and maximize. Okay. So if I've observed it and I understood it, now I just need to apply it. And so now it's just giving me the direction, minimize the Windows setting. And this applies is basically how it's going to be. And I was just told to go click on this thing to minimize it, right? I was just shown how to do it in the practice. So now it just instructs me, now do it. And I'm in the apply mode. I've been switched to the apply mode. So now I just do that. Okay. And I redisplay it by clicking on it again. And it goes, yay, you did it. And it moves me on to the next one. Okay. So you basically, when I check the task, it was one of the last ones. I have a yes on checking screen resolution. I have a yes on minimize the window because I did those two and I still have another 20 something to do. It's something that you pretty much need to do yourself more than watch me do it. Just go to the first one and just start doing it and then ask me when it's not working for you and then I can help you. Anyone else have any questions about the training? If there's no questions, I'll go on to show you how to do the practice exam. And then after that, and then I'll be teaching you more stuff about Windows, but then you're welcome to ask me one-on-one to help you with assignments or to help you with anything else. The only other thing I want to do before people leave officially is the practice exam. And after that, I will be teaching Windows stuff because I don't want to just to be the training that teaches you. And you can ask me questions and things. And so that's my goal. I'm gonna close all of these different windows that I opened up. And systems check. Okay. So guys, if you're in the middle of the training, you can do it as many times as you want. If you restart the training, it'll start exactly where you were. It'll give you 2 or 3 or you get 10 green check marks. So stop wherever you are, please stop. I'm looking at some feedback, and Anthony, you have a no. Can you tell me what your no is all about? And can I help you with whatever that no is all about?
I think it was a question you asked earlier. Sorry.
But you're clear on it since it was
Yeah,
no.
we're good. I think you asked the
Here.
question, yes or no. and my
Okay,
answer
got
was
it.
no. Yeah.
Got it. But as long as you got perfect. Okay. So guys, I am going to head back to my syllabus because this is what I want you guys to test. You've done the training I showed you last week. You've had all week to run it. If you haven't run it yet, Sue was out of the course for a few days, so she hasn't been able to do it. And there's like 3 or 4 or 5 of you in that situation. So if you haven't been able to do it, this might be your first time that you're able to do the training. So please don't hurry on to the exam until you've done the training really comfy. But those of you who've had all week, maybe you've done all the training. I want everyone now, no matter if you've done the training or not, to click on the Windows 10 practice exam. The reason I want you to do this is because you have 10 attempts at it. So I want you to use one here with me so that you can get a feeling of what's different about the practice exam versus the training. So I'm going to click on the Windows 10 practice exam. And once it's here, I am going to now click on load Windows 10 practice exam. Again, it's 0 points. Again, you won't receive points for doing this. It just warns you they only have 3 chances. So let's click on the practice exam. You don't need to check the system again, but you can. But now remember that this time it's warning you, you only are allowed 3 incorrect actions per task. Can you retake this exam? Yes, up to 10 times. Are you going to get any points? No. All right, but it's going to function as if it were an exam, so you cannot stop and restart it. This is exactly the same as your exam, only it's only got 5 questions and only you can do it 10 times. Okay, so I'm going to say start. So all right, so as you can see, there's no choice for observe, practice, and apply. This is directly the apply. Here's the task instruction, which, as I said, doesn't count as a click if you move it around. That's the only thing that doesn't count as a click, but anything else I do will count as a click. So I have 3 attempts remaining. And this is the good old submit that I said, ignore this like the plague. Do not press submit. If I press submit right now, and I'm going to do it, you guys don't do this. I'm going to show you. If I press submit in the middle of my exam without having completed my 30 tasks, when I hit submit, it warns me, you did not complete all of the tasks. Do you want to submit? If I say, okay, I have canceled my exam. And if you've only done 2 out of the 30 tasks, that's all the points you're going to get. So if perchance you did hit submit SAM assignment, remember to say cancel. You do not want to submit. Okay, that's really important. That submit is too important there. It should never be there, but it is. So how you work with these is you see which one you're in. You're in the task called shut down your PC. If you want to first check your tasks, you can. Oh, these are the 30 that have been chosen, or these are the 10 that have been chosen, or whatever. Because maybe you'll go, I don't know these 3. Let me start with this one that I know. You know, you can do that. You can just say, I want to start with number 4. So I'll click on start up with number 4. And this one is called Start the File Explorer. Remember I told you today that you'll probably be tested on that. So what's the File Explorer? I might go, oh, I don't remember. And if I don't remember and I click on this here, it's going to go answering correct. Now here's what's important. I can say, oh no, I actually know it. I just got it wrong. I can retry this task, or I don't know this one. Let me go to the next one, right? So I'm going to say I don't really know this one. So I'm going to go to the next task. And I'm going to move to the next one. And then the next one is close the personalization window. And people are going to be like, well, where's the personalization window? Well, this whole thing here happens to be the personalization window. So how do you close a window? And if I try something wrong, maybe this way, it's going to go, nope, answer incorrect. Let me retry this one again. And I'm going to go close it by, I don't know, maybe I need to click on colors. It'll go, no, answer incorrect. So now I'm left with only one more chance. I'm going to retry this task. And Jesus, I really got this one wrong. I don't know what to do. I'm going to click on that. Okay, that's it. 3 times and I'm out. This is an exam. I do not have a chance to keep trying that one again. So I look at my tasks and by now I have, this one is completely red. I cannot try it again. It is a no. This one on the other hand is kind of grayed out. I still have 2 more tries on that one. And these I haven't tried yet. So let me just go to one I haven't tried yet. And by the way, you can just go one after the other. You don't need to try them. Okay, shut down Windows 10. Ooh, I know that one. I know that one. So I'll go straight down here and I'll go do that and I'll shut down. And it's like, yay, I got that one. So then it moves me to the next one. Start Access 2019 using the start menu. So I go, God, maybe this is it. And I'm going to type in here and I'm going to write access and I'm going to open it that way. And that open, that's correct. So it moved me on to the next one. So if I actually check right now, I've got 2 right, 1 that I haven't done yet, 1 that I cannot do again. And then here I have a few more attempts to that one. So then I go back to this one and I see I have 3 attempts and maximize the personalization window and then restore it to its previous size. Okay, so I'm going to maximize and I click on that. Oh, I got it wrong. So I retry it again. And this time I actually maximize it correctly. But then I restore it by clicking on that and I got it wrong again. So I retry the task and now I have only 1 attempt left. And I say, okay, so how about I maximize it that way? And then I restore it that way. And finally I got it correct. So now the only one left is this one that only has 2 more attempts remaining. And this time I start the File Explorer correctly and yay, I'm done. So now I've completed it. I've done all 5 and you see how the screen automatically goes to submit SAM assignment. You have completed all the times. So now you say, okay, so that's why I never need to hit submit or I would have eluded 2 or 3 questions. So now I'll say, okay. And it'll say assignment submitted. Okay, yay. Now I'm done. When I go back and try to do it again, if I want to practice again, next time I try to open it again, it'll now tell me that I've used 1 of my attempts. Somehow it didn't, I guess it didn't remember that I already did it. That's weird. Somehow it doesn't remember that I already did it, so I can start it again. All right, so now I can start it again and I have all 5 tasks, so I can do this 5 more times. So as you can see, the question is, if you have 3 attempts remaining, keep going. If you'll have a bunch of them, skip all the ones that you don't like. And how you skip, if you're upon this one and you don't know what you want, you can also just click that arrow and it takes you to number 2. And then you click that arrow, it takes you to number 3. And so on and so forth until you're done. And this is exactly how the exam is going to go. All right, questions, if any. Time to ask your questions. Hopefully you've all been playing around with the exam now.
So the real exam is going to be only 5 questions?
The exam is going to have 30 questions.
Okay, the practice one only has 5, right?
The practice exam, because it's not about practicing your knowledge. For that, you do the training. It's about practicing how to operate an exam. Does that make sense?
Oh,
The
okay.
reason we're practicing isn't to practice if you know how to use Windows. The training is teaching you that. The applies is teaching you that. The practice exam is for you to practice how to do the exam. And it doesn't matter if you get them on wrong. You can get 5 of the 5 questions all wrong, and you get 9 more tries. Like, it's just about getting you accustomed to do the exam. Of course, if you also answer them all correct, then that's good too. It's giving you a practice on 5 questions, but it's not trying to test you. The practice exam is not trying to test you on your knowledge. It's trying to test you on knowing how to take an exam on Cengage. Y'all got that? Great question. Thank you, Flor. Anyone else? Give me a yes if you are confident that you know how to operate a SAM exam. Give me a no if you're just like, I'm not going to try the exam because I don't know how to make this work yet. Not because you don't know how the knowledge, but because this was confusing. If you're fine and now you need to know is the knowledge, now you need to spend a few days doing the training until everything is totally comfy. Because as you can see, even if the question seems simple, maximize the personalization window and then restore the window to its previous size. Just how it's written might be confusing to you, especially if your English is a second language. Many times what stops you is the question itself. When these questions are, when we're doing the exam in person at the school, the tutor and I are walking around, especially with people with English as a second language, where they go, what's it trying to ask me, right? So the question can look tricky, but it's just happens to be that the window that's open is the personalization window, and that can throw people off. Really, all it wants you is to maximize and restore. So how do you do that? You maximize with that thing and you restore with that same thing when after it's maximized. But pay attention to the question, because sometimes it's written in a way that's kind of weird, and that's what the training is going to give you practice in. So Armando, Jacelyn, Cynthia, Cassandra, people who haven't answered. Sue, how are you feeling about the practice exam? Are you comfy with it, or do you have questions about it?
I'm
Okay,
pretty comfortable with it.
Okay. Sue?
I haven't had time to read about Windows yet, so, you know.
No, exactly. It's not about whether you know how to do this task, but whether you understand how to handle the exam.
Well, the first question I obviously got wrong because it said close out, shut down Windows 10. So I X'd it out and then I had to start all over again.
Oh, so yeah, but thank you for saying that. That's really important. See, because this is a pop-up, right? This little thing is a pop-up, but when it fills your screen, it becomes kind of hard to know, well, what are we closing, right? So if this was your entire computer, you wouldn't be closing anything with the next. That's how you close maybe an application or how you close a window. But what it's telling you is to turn on off the computer. So yeah, you need to go and do the whole shutdown process from here. So the important thing is that if you are on a Mac, this is a little bit easier because underneath here you have Mac controls and you can tell that really this is what you need to do. But if you're on a Windows computer, it could be confusing because it's telling you shut down the computer and you're supposed to go to this one because it's the fake Windows computer. And some people go here and might really shut down their real computer. So this is only for people who are doing the exam on a real Windows. Does that make sense what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's what
happened. So yeah, so then you might want to make your little window a little bit smaller so that it floats so that you know.
So we're supposed to use the pretend one.
So that you know to use this little floating one and not the real one. Because if it says open your file explorer, say that this was the open your file explorer task. Let me see. Start the file explorer task, right? So it's very tempting to suddenly go and click the file explorer down there instead of this one, right? So you need to be aware of which one is your real window and which one is your exam window. So the best way sometimes, is to minimize your window a little bit.
Okay, thank you.
So, because
Yes.
otherwise it can, it can end up
definitely
getting a
need-
little bit confusing.
Yeah, I need to do that. Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
So practice that, you people who are doing this on a Windows machine, to make sure that this is the one you press and not that one, and that this is where you turn off and not that one. So in this case, for the one time in this whole class that Mac people have an advantage is that clearly the stuff down here is Mac and clearly the stuff here is Windows, so you can't get confused. But no, but that was a really good point. So I'm glad you asked that. Now, whether you need to learn how to do these tasks, this is not the place to learn. Close your window for the practice exam and go and spend a few hours on the training, okay? And I will also now be giving us a break, and then we'll come back and I will actually work on teaching you how to use Windows and things about Windows that you might need or want to learn instead of using the training, okay? So since all we have to do next week is the assignment of, identify what you're going to buy that you need to reply and taking the exam, that's it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give us a break. You are 100% welcome to not come back from break and practice it with a training yourself. 100% welcome to come back from break and listen to me talk about Windows. 100% welcome to come back from break and after I'm done talking with Windows, ask me about the assignments due today, right? Or about the assignment due next week about, hardware and software to purchase. So basically lecture, if you want, is over. When we come back from break, it's lab time, and you can use lab time whichever way you want, while I help people individually after I am done explaining about Windows, especially if you're a Mac person and have never used Windows. Might be a good time to listen in and ask your questions about Windows now, because yeah, the training is great to learn how to take the exam, but it's not the most comfortable way to learn, to listen to this machine talking. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a 15-minute break, and it's 7:29, basically almost 7:30. So we're going to say be back by 7. It's almost 7:40. Ew, my computer's not having a good time. Let me stop my share because I'm having a hard time with it. So be back by 7. I was to say 7:44, 7:45. Okay. So everyone, let's take a break. Go stretch, rest, walk around the block, or at least walk around your chair. Eat something, take some coffee, whatever it takes to come back. And as I said, you're welcome to come back or not, according to your needs. Some of you are like, oh, totally got Windows, I'm not coming back. And some of you are like, yeah, I want to hear what she has to say. The attendance part is over. The next is lab time. All right. If I see you when I come back, yay. If I don't see you, I'll see you next week.
Question real quick. The question 3, unit 1, I didn't complete because I was kicked out or not allowed in.
Yeah, we'll talk. That's what we'll talk about when we come back. All
Okay.
the assignments.
Okay. Sounds
All
good.
right.
Thank you.
All right. I'm back in case you guys can hear me if you're walking around and or needing to come back. I am now being, what's it called? The Pied Piper, calling y'all back to the screens, to the computer. Let me know when you're here. Give me a yes. If I see Shane moving in front of the screen a little bit. I don't see Sue. Cassandra, are you here? Victor, you said yes, but I don't know if the yes is from before or after. And clean your feedbacks and give me a yes if you're here now. I don't know. All right, that was from now then. All right, so still frozen. Someone must have left a window open or something. I can't warm up. All right, so oh, here comes Riley again. Let her in. All right, so guys, time to talk a little bit about Windows itself and ask questions. Now, while I was talking, some of you have been going through some of the training. So is there anything in the trainings that you've done that you don't quite get, other than, things that I might want to share with you?
I have, I was just doing it, but it's not something I don't get. One of the things tells you to delete something, but as I'm pressing delete, like the button on my Mac, it's saying it's incorrect. So I don't
The delete button on the Mac might be different. Can you show me which one it is, or tell me what point it is, since I'm on a Mac too? What's the task number, or?
Oh, that's weird. When I joined the Zoom, it logged me out of the training. Let me reload it.
Open the training again and find out.
Okay, it is task 24.
Okay, let me start it again and head over to task 24. Let's see. Task 24, delete a file or folder. All right, yeah, if you press the delete key, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
But let's see what they tell you to do. Let me just share my screen, by the way. Here we go. So in the practice, right? I'm going to go and see what they say.
Before you
I'm on
delete a
Mac
folder,
too, so-
make sure you no longer need any of the files inside it.
Go a little bit
Click the
faster.
graphics folder to select it.
Probably says right click and choose delete. It, like, even on the PC, on a Mac, you wouldn't select a folder and hit delete. It wouldn't delete that way. So
But all it
Press the
says,
delete key.
yeah, that's all it says to do.
that is, okay. If you have a PC and you do that, it might work, but you are right. That's a weird one. I should let people know.
Because
So
like this would be on the exam.
it would, you're right. Good point. This is the kind of stuff that like, see, I don't go through every one of these points myself because, I know. So there's the delete key, the PC we have a delete key in the same spot as the backspace key, versus the PC has where we see delete on the Mac.
Yeah.
They see the word backspace, and then they have a key called delete.
Okay.
That's just to delete, which we don't have. So if I were to try and hit delete like that, it said task incorrect. Okay. If I do a right click, it's not letting me. Wow. When you go to the top, it tells you a couple things, but for texts that require the delete key, on a full-size keyboard, press the delete key, we don't have it. On an Apple Magic, you hold the FN function key on the keyboard while pressing the delete key. FN function or pressing the delete key. FN and then delete. Okay, I'm doing it. Holding the FN and then hitting the delete key. There.
Windows
Okay.
moves the folder to the
All right,
recycle
but see,
bin,
this-
and the recycle bin icon changes to
Oh,
indicate
shush.
it contains
Shush.
deleted.
This would have been, I'm gonna see if I can pick this little bit of the recording, because this is something that, see, people who are Mac people won't know, and I would have not known to point out. So in fact, I'm gonna make myself a note about this. Great, great tip there, Riley. I'm gonna make a point here to say delete key on Mac does not work. Must use FN and then hit delete. So I'm going to send this out as an email, which of course might confuse people more than not, but that's great. Did you find any? If you find anything else that doesn't work, please let me know.
Okay,
That's
I will.
perfect.
Thank
That's
you.
a really good one. But anyway, did you see what I did, by the way? I went to the tasks instead of
Mhm.
just telling you. And here it says Mac help.
Okay.
And I should have pointed this out. So I'm going to go ahead and figure out how to tell everyone. So when you click on Mac help, it tells you what some of the equivalencies are. And yeah, that's when I went to the one that says the delete key. So yeah.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna go back
You're
to the
welcome.
training.
Yeah, thank you. All right, guys. So anything else like that? No, actually, I'm doing a screen capture of this because this is a really good point that she made. So give me a second. I'm just taking screen captures of this so that I can then put it together as, you know, in fact, can I select text? Yes, I can. You know what? I'm going to select this text and copy it, and I'm going to paste it in here. Sorry, I'm just beginning to do that. Copy. And let me see if I can paste that in here. Yeah, and I'm gonna have to write something about that. Okay. All right. Cool. Any other question that you guys have other than me now kind of talking more about Windows and giving you a hand with assignments?
I have one.
Yeah, I'm listening.
I noticed that a lot of the questions they mentioned right click.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you on a PC or on a Mac or on a mouse?
I'm on a PC, but it doesn't have the normal mouse. It has the thing that you slide your hands across, kind of.
The pad, the touch
Yeah.
pad? Okay, so when you have to right click on a touchpad, what you need to do, I don't know if you can see there, you put 2 fingers down and press. And that is a right click. So see my mouse right here. If I'm going to do a right click right now, I put my mouse, I'll just do a click and see how it just pulls up a window. And that's the right click for the, so I'm going to say that I have to, hold on, it's been paused, so it's not working. Let me go to the apply mode. And I'm going to minimize this. So that was maximizing it. I'm going to go over here. So yeah, so if I need to do a right click here, you press 2 fingers down at the same time, okay, like that, and that brings up. Did that work for you?
Yes, it did.
Okay, cool. So that's the 2 finger, the right click on the pad. All right. So here's the, let me look at the kind of tasks that it's asking you to do before I continue. What are the tasks? So shut down PC, sign into Windows, set it up, turn off his app, maximize the Windows, start with this, close the window, display the desktop, pin apps, resize the window, resize. I can teach you all of these in person versus having this machine teach you, but since you've been running through a lot of these, is there any of these that you have run through it and just don't understand the why? See, what I like to explain is the why or the what of all these things. And like, what's the whole point about pinning apps or resizing or stuff like that? I'm always confused. In person, I can go through this whole explanation. Here, since there's only a few of you guys, I don't necessarily want to launch into this whole explanation. Rather, I want to personalize it to things that you might want or need, unless what you want or need is everything, and then I'll just go into everything. So did you try any of these and wonder what's the point or why or anything like that, or how? Otherwise, I'll just start explaining stuff. Nothing in particular? Okay, Victor. All right, so then, let me explain a few things. Both of you guys, Shane and Sue, you had some assignments due this afternoon. That doesn't mean that you maybe already didn't complete them and you don't need my help anymore, but do you still need my help with assignments from this afternoon? I know Sue, you started to speak about that, and Shane, you had some things undone. What's the situation? You're both muted and you're both talking. So whoever unmutes themselves first, I answer first. You're both still muted. All right, Shane, you're there.
All right. I have like all the stuff I need. It's just I need to like get them like I understand what I'm doing. I just need to like make sure they're done right and then submit it to you.
Well, I can help you with that.
Yeah.
So right now, let me check. I'm gonna leave student view. I'm not sharing because I'm gonna go into grades and I'm not gonna share my grades with you guys. So for a moment, and let me see what's missing for both of you guys. And then let's see what I can do to help you. So here we go, Shane. So Shane, you still need to submit that Word assignment from the other day.
Yes.
And that's it. You did do the other one that was missing.
Yeah, I did the folder.
And Sue, you still need to do the original orientation assignment. I hadn't noticed the one that without which it done, you shouldn't be in class yet, which is the syllabus quiz.
No. That's because I didn't, it was technical issues, if you remember. It had
Oh,
nothing
you
to
weren't
do with-
able, you're so right. You had the issue that you weren't getting in. So what happened? Did you handle it with Cengage?
Somehow.
Because you're in it right now.
Somehow a screen popped up and enabled me to put in my number, and I don't know, because I did contact them. I contacted 10 people like I have. So somebody
Cool.
sent me a link.
Got it. Cool. Well, then that worked. And so basically you need to go and click on that assignment. It'll take you 2 seconds. It's really easy.
But
So
you
go
have to
ahead and
open
do
it up first, right?
Oh, because it's old. Yes.
Yeah, I
need to
tried to
give
be in
you-
there. Yeah.
Because that one isn't due today. This one was due last week. So I need to have you set that one up again. Okay, so I'm gonna need to do that. So let me go set that one up for you again. And then Shane, I'll give you a hand with the one that's due for you. And then I can help you guys with these Windows things if you have.
I just have a quick question here. I just finished the 5 questions. Why is it only 5? I thought there were 30. Did I
The
do the
exam
has 30.
the exam has 30 questions. This is just a little
I do this.
Practice.
show you
Oh,
how
Okay.
it's gonna be. But I'm not gonna run you through the exam. In a way, you are running through the exam by doing the training. The training is basically the exam. So if you do all the 30 tasks of the training, that is gonna be asked in a slightly different manner. Like in the training, maybe they ask you to close the file called dog, and in the exam, they'll ask you to close the file called cat. But it's basically the same thing. You know what I mean?
But why was it only 5 questions? Because that's a practice
The
and
practice exam is not to practice if you know the questions. That's the applied portion of the training. The practice exam is just to remind you how to work an exam, because it's different than the training, and how you need to click only 3 times. So
Okay.
if you do that right or wrong, it doesn't matter. The answer doesn't matter. It's knowing how to click and run the exam. So now stop doing the practice exam and focus on the training, and do the training to your heart's content 100 times, or as long as you need to know them all. Then when you're going to do the exam, you might want to run again through the practice exam to remember that it disappears quickly. Okay.
well, how do I get
That's
on
the
the
only-
training? I'm trying to get on the training, but
Okay, so go back to the syllabus to today, and there's on the day of February 8th, there's the complete the training, and there's the complete the practice exam. So click on complete the training.
okay.
Did you find it?
No, I have to get out of here. So
If you're in the practice exam, you can close that one, yeah.
close that.
Mhm.
And then what about this? This is the
I am not seeing what this is because you're not sharing your screen with me, so
probably
you
just,
need
well,
to.
I got 2 out of 5 right.
Well, once you do the trainings, you'll get 5 out of 5. Right now, whether you got it right or wrong, doesn't matter. You need to do the training, learn it. And
So it
then,
says launch all training. I need to click on that. Okay, but first you said we need, so did you, oh, you're gonna go open up that number 3.
I need to set up your assignment right now. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay,
So meanwhile, you do that. I am
I'll
going
be
to set
here.
up your new assignment.
okay, sounds good.
So I'm gonna set up your assignments. Which it's the orientation assignment, right? Yeah.
Okay, I'm not. Did that.
Okay, Sue, are you there?
Yes.
All right. It takes, as you can see, quite a while to get assignments reset. All right, so now I need you to go to your screen and refresh your syllabus where you see all your assignments set up. And for the date of February 8th, next week, you should see a new assignment in there called Orientation Exercise 3 Syllabus Quiz Dash Sue Algaze.
Which one am I looking for? I'm sorry. The
Go to the syllabus, right where it says complete Windows 10. You have to refresh your page. Do you know how to refresh a window?
I do, yeah.
Okay, refresh your window, and then on the same date as February 8th, because I gave it the deadline of next week, you should see an assignment there that wasn't there before, but it's just called Orientation Exercise 3, which only you will see because it's got your name on it. Others won't see it.
Am I on the right one? Submit SAM Word 2019?
No, the one that you didn't do is the syllabus quiz.
Oh, this, so do I go to syllabus for that?
No.
Wasn't it? No, I didn't think so.
Let me share
Modules.
my screen. Let me share my screen. Not modules. I am not telling you to go to modules. It's not in the modules. You need to go to the syllabus or home. I'm in my, let me get a sim view. Remember, I've always from home. Scroll down to where you have your assignments. Okay. And then on February 8th, next week, you have due the same things you have, and there's one new one there.
Here it is. This one? Orientation exercise
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, and only you see it because it's just for you. No one else sees it.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Or orientation and syllabus quiz.
That's the one that you still need to do.
Okay.
And now let me go again to the grades to see what else, if there's anything else missing from anywhere. All right, so the other one that's missing, Sue, for you is the comp folder. And same, I'm sorry, Shane, not Sue. So you, Shane, you have both of the assignments are still missing for you.
I'm not missing the comp folder?
No, you have, your comp folder is here.
Okay.
Let me go check it out. All right, so Shane, there's 2 assignments that you need to submit. So which one do you want me to help you with first?
I just. Okay, I'm trying to get it from my file that I have it at. I need to move it to SAM.
Okay, do you want to share your screen so I can see how to help you?
I'll try. It's. Yeah. Sorry.
You're on your iPad, so you won't be able to share. What screen?
It's not,
what
I'm not
com-
doing it on my iPad.
Oh, it just says Shane's iPad. I guess the name that you have on your computer. I forgot.
No,
to get
that's where
people
I'm
to
on
re-
Zoom. I'm doing it on my
No.
computer.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
forgot
trying
to
to-
tell, I forgot to tell people to rename themselves. Shoot, and let me rename yourself, you to Shane
All right, go ahead.
Marie. Yeah, it's a bit late because I didn't tell everyone else to do it, but whatever. Okay.
Okay.
Um,
I'm trying to do the footer part for my thing that I'm doing. You know how you
So-
have to have a thing on the bottom?
Here's the thing. What computer, the computer that I see you on is just pointing to the ceiling. That's not the one you're doing the work on. You're doing the work on a different computer, right?
I'm doing it on my HP laptop.
Exactly.
This.
Yeah. So perfect. There, you just showed it to me. So I can help you a little bit this way, but the best way for me to help you is for you to have that computer connected to the same Zoom, and then you share your screen, and then I can help you perfectly well.
Oh.
Right? So for that computer to connect,
I just
you
need
need to
wait.
connect through Zoom on that computer.
Not happening. I just need to do the footer thing down here and then send it over. I don't know, I don't know where
I'm
it
just seeing a shot of your ceiling, so I don't know what you're saying when you say do this and send it over. So I don't know if what you're saying.
I just have to do the footer thing on my thing that says hello and send it. I already changed the name and everything. And
You
it
don't need to do
stayed
anything to
the
the footer. You just need to confirm that your name is on the footer.
okay, but I don't even see where it is. I know it's at the bottom, but
If you scroll
I don't
down,
see
do you
it.
see it?
No.
All right. So the only way for me to really be able to help you is if you connect the computer you're working on. Can you try to do that? I can walk you through how to do that. Let me show you. I'm going to share my screen. So on the computer that you're working on, the one where you have Word open, yeah? If you go to the course.
Okay, I know how to do this.
And you click on this link that I have there, Zoom link for Tuesdays, 5:30. And then click on that. That should connect you. And then then when you share your screen, I can see what you're working on.
Oh, I figured out how to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I did.
Cool.
And then okay. No, I'm gonna try to copy this. Don't worry, I'm not talking to you.
When you say you figured out how to do it, you figured out how to submit
trying to.
it or to what?
I'm just trying to get it over to the Sam area.
If you want me to be able to help you as if I was standing behind your back and pointing things out, I need you to connect to Zoom on that second computer and to share your screen. Otherwise, I'm kind of useless. Well, until you need me, I'm gonna write an email to a student who needs to hear from me and let me know when you need me. Okay? Yeah.
You close?
Actually, hold on. All right. Hi, Shane.
Oh.
Hi. I'm still connected here. So I just finished setting up. I have some more to set up, but I finished working with Cassandra. In what way can I help you? Otherwise, I'll just
I'm just
disconnect the
trying to-
call.
I'm just trying to drag I have my stuff that I'm just trying to drag it into the SAM area.
So there's nothing you need to drag. You need to submit by clicking on, can I beg you to please share your screen with me and then we can be done. We'll be able to be done with this in 5 minutes. Can you please use the computer that you're working on to connect to Zoom and then I can help you? Otherwise, I really can't do anything from here and it makes no sense to stay on the computer. The way for me to help you is for me to show me your screen and then I can walk you step by step through everything you need to do. So can I tell you how to connect to Zoom on that computer so that you can share your screen? Shane?
I'm just gonna try to do this, okay?
Yeah, I'm happy to
I know,
try
I'm
to
just
help
so
you.
close, and then it's like, it tells me what to do, I just
Yeah.
need to upload it on there.
If you read to me what you're looking at, then I can guess it, but if not, I
It's
feel like in a different world. Yeah, tell me, what are you looking
It's
at?
the project,
Which project are you working on? The hello document?
yeah, that one.
Okay. So you need to, you're ready to submit, in order to submit it? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah.
It says drag or click on the browser to find it, right? Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
So don't drag. That is really complicated, especially with a bunch of windows in Zoom. Just click where it says click here on the browser. Here, let me share my screen with you and you can see what I'm talking about. So here, let me share my screen and watch here. So you go to the assignment. I need to go back to student view mode. So this looks like yours. 1 second. Okay. So you go to the assignment down here, which you've already done. You click, I believe from what you're saying that you already done that. You click in here and you go to Cengage. You start it again as if you're about to do it again. And is this where you're at? Right here, drag and drop files here, click to browse. Is this the one that you're in?
Yeah.
Okay, so instead of dragging and dropping, watch. You need to just click here where it says click to browse. Just watch me first and then you can try to do it. So click here to browse the files and then go find it, which I believe you put it in maybe your student drive or you have it on your own computer. I think you put it in your documents folder. You had a comp folder there that you made last week, right?
Yeah.
So then you select it, right? And I believe I had it in under Word. And you select it with a new name. And then you click on open. And then you hit submit. So this is the step I believe where you're in, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so can you click here where it says click to browse? And then the question is, you need to find where you made that. Where did you make it? Where did you put it? Do you have it in downloads? Do you have it in comp? Said you changed the name of it already.
I changed the name of it already.
Okay. And where do you know where you put it? Do you have it still in downloads? Do you have it in documents? Do you know?
I have it in downloads.
Okay, so then click on downloads and then go select the one that has the new name. Are you able to find it?
Yeah.
All right, you found it. Good. Click on it. And then hit the word open.
Oh.
Did that work?
I'm seeing it.
Does it say now, does it show you something like me, expected file name, saved files? Does it show you this? Did you say open? Tell me what you're seeing. Remember, I can't see what you're doing, so unless you explain, I don't know where you're at. You found the file and you clicked on it, and then what happened?
It has an error uploading it.
What's that? It says what?
It has an error uploading it.
Okay, like this. It has an arrow that it's uploading it, you said?
An error in uploading it.
All right, so maybe the name is not correct yet. So we need to go back to saving the right file name. So can you read me the file name that you have on it? Because that's the only reason it would have an error is if it's not the name it's expecting.
Oh. It's SAM GS Word document 19 1A Shane Marie Healy -2.
Okay, is it dash or underscore? Because it should be
It's
underscore.
underscore actually.
Okay,
It's
and it
underscore, I
says
think.
DOCX.
Oops,
That is,
no.
that is, but you might not be seeing the DOCX, but if you did it in Word, it should be DOCX, it should be correct. When it says error, read out to me what the error names, what the error says. What does
That
it
they
say?
can't.
Just that
they
it can't
just-
upload?
Yeah.
Well, then you might need to deal with the tutors, which are tech support. If there's an issue that it can't upload like that, then I can't help you with this, with Cengage tech support stuff. I'm not set up for that, but they are. Okay, well, but the process worked. You know how to do it. Go ahead and can you connect tomorrow to the tutor and have them figure out what that error message might be? What I'm
Yeah.
gonna do is I will postpone the deadline for you. I will change the deadline so that it's still available. So tomorrow, when you click, instead of it being the same assignment, it'll be a different assignment that'll have your name behind it. It'll say submit SAM Word Getting Started Project 1A dash Shane Marie Healy. And that's the one you need to click on, because that way it'll still allow you to submit it, because this one is going to close tonight. You know
I
what I
know.
mean?
I know. Yeah.
So it'll be a new link that I'm going to make right now. And then you can use that one and have Katie help you try to figure out what that error message is. Okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and post date your other, how about your comp folder assignment? That one hasn't been submitted either. Did you do that one? I believe you had done it in class, right? Like you made the comp, Word, Excel, PowerPoint. Did you do that?
Yeah, I've done that, but when I go to snippet, it would always like erase something.
Okay, so I'll post date both assignments, get Katie's help to do them. I can't help you at this point with that one because I need to be able to see your screen. So if you show me your screen, I can help you with it, but otherwise I can't like talk you through it. So with Katie, you have hours where you can, you know, she has all day tomorrow. Here's the schedule. Let me see. Where do I have the schedule again? When is she gonna be there? Looking at tomorrow is Wednesday. They're gonna be there from 9:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Are you able to Are you available at that time tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay, so if you connect early-ish enough, that gives you guys a lot of time to work on it and to try to figure out what the error message is and then how to find that, do that screenshot to submit it. My job right now is to set up all the assignments again so that they give you another, I'll give you another, I'll just post date it all to next week, okay? To Tuesday,
Okay.
February 8th, so that you can work on them. And then that'll also give you some freedom to have time to work on the training and the exam and stuff like that, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I was able to do that stuff pretty good.
Yeah, no, I think you are.
I mean, I just really understand what we're doing.
What's that?
I understand what we're doing. It's just when we change from one, like
I
one
know.
whole,
It's, you know, we've only got
one
3 more
program
weeks
to
of this.
another can get.
It'll be much easier when we're in person, right?
Yeah,
Right now it's
I agree.
complicated because you have
This
not
is
only
my
what you're
first-
trying to learn, but then you're also got Zoom and then you also have sharing
Yeah.
your screen.
This
I mean,
is my first class ever
Mhm.
online.
Yeah, that's,
It's not
it's
easy.
not,
for me.
no, most of the times classes online are like you watch the person speak and you do things. Now you have to use the same computer. I get it. It's very intimidating. So do your best to
Yeah, I'll
get
call.
these things suspended. I'll give you another week. Try to figure that out and then.
Yeah, I'll call Katie tomorrow and have her
yeah.
help me.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Great. Well,
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great evening. I'm going to stop my share and I'll see you next week.
You
Bye,
bet.
Shane.
Bye.
Take care.
You too.